The Shaolin disciples were practicing burning incense, but the incense box was locked inside an iron container. To open the box, they had to use their fingers to unlock the iron door. This was the first Shaolin test. When the fake disciple saw this scene, he got scared. Even after trying many times, he couldn't open the door. He said the door wouldn't open. Maybe it was broken, thinking this might help him escape. Then a nearby monk stepped forward, held his hand, and opened the door for him. The monk realized that this disciple was fake, but still allowed him to move on to the next test. In the next test, they checked foot agility and balance. If someone made a mistake, traps would be triggered. One disciple tried walking on the wall, and a trap was triggered. Many fake disciples were eliminated. But this man made an excuse. He said he belonged to another temple and was learning close body footwork. He followed a monk closely and successfully completed the second test as well. However, the monk with him didn't stop him because he wanted this man to truly experience real Shaolin Kung Fu. Now the third test began, opening the iron door with a punch. All the disciples opened the door easily, but the man's punch couldn't move it. He said, "Let others try first." When one disciple slipped, he went inside. But what he saw inside made his eyes widen. Some disciples were practicing movements, while others were training on wooden dummies. Then his eyes fell on a nail-studded path on the ground. All the disciples were stepping carefully, and a monk was throwing tiles. He tried to copy them, but slipped and knocked everyone down. Dirty water fell on him, and everyone laughed. Then the headmaster arrived. The man immediately knelt and said, "Please make me your disciple." Abbot said, "Okay, but one easy test remains. Wash your hair properly, and then you will become a true Shaolin disciple." But he had no water to wash his hair. There was a well nearby and only 2 stones. He tied a rope to one stone and lowered it into the well to splash water on his hair. However, water spilled outside and made his face dirty too. Still, he didn't give up. After a month of practice, he learned a special way to wash his hair using water. Now he could wash it standing or even upside down. The next day, he went to report to the abbot. Suddenly, the abbot lunged at his hair. After a month of practice, his hands had become so strong that he could easily block the monk's moves. Then the abbot smiled. This was actually the real test, but the man thought he had made a mistake. The abbot grabbed his cheeks and pulled his wig. Now he got scared, thinking he would be kicked out of the temple.